Fantasy football drafts are done. There are no more drafts. So what you need to do is come on in. Come home. Stop playing yourself thinking that, oh, you're going to set your lineups once a week and it's going to give you the fix that you need for that fantasy sports urge. In this episode, we going to satisfy your craving with a 12-team fantasy basketball draft. We believe every NBA fan should play fantasy basketball. So we're back in the mock draft room. This joint is about to go down. We are literally seconds away from the first pick, and I know who's going to go off the board first. Like, I literally have a crystal ball built into my dome. When I tell you, first pick will be the Joker. This, I can promise you. If we get the Joker on the first pick, I'm going to let off a mighty air horn. Let's do it. Come on, B-ball dad. Just pick the Joker. You know you're going to pick him. And then 2, we're going to have Wemby. Come on, pick the Joker. I don't know why you taking 11 seconds, my guy. Don't. There we go. Air horn it is. We got the Joker off the board. Oh, Luke at 2. Luke. No, Luke. I did not expect that one. I did not see that one coming from Big Purr. Wow. At 3, we got SGA. That makes sense. I'm not mad at that at all. And then we got Victor Wembanyama at the 4. Victor falling to 4. Holy chips. Let me lock in. I got 30 seconds to make a decision. Oh, man. So I know there are some options, but I'm going to do what I'm sticking to. I'm going with your mans in them. Motor. Cade, Grenade, Cunningham. Ooh, at the 6. Oh, my gosh. Ant-Man going to be mad at me. I'm just saying. Let's go to the board view here so we can take a look and see what we have. After Victor Wembanyama at the 1-4, we have Giannis at the 1-5. I grabbed Cade Cunningham at the 1-6. Then we got Anthony Davis at the 1-7. I just did an episode about the 6th pick and how people are looking at either AD or Cade Cunningham. Earlier on in the offseason, I was higher on AD, but as time has just passed and the more I just look into it, I'm really excited about Cade Cunningham. So drafting him here at the 6th position is actually what I was hoping for, and I think that's where we need to look at him for points leagues especially. Let's get back to the recap. After Domantas Sabonis at the 1-8, we have Anthony Edwards at the 1-9. Then we have Trae Young at the 1-10, James Harden at the 1-11, and then Devin Booker poking his Phoenix Suns head into the first round. That is wild, insane, crazy.
Okay.
After Devin Booker at the 1-12, we got LeBron, father of time, James at the 2-1. I just heard a report recently, actually, that LeBron James is in the top 12, I believe, for the top 100 players by Locked On Sports. I believe. I could be wrong with the number, but they have him pretty high as a near 50-year-old man. He's not 50. I'm just saying that because I'm almost 50. And sometimes I feel like I'm 20. I'm just saying. Okay, I'm up again. Jeez Louise. Man, that was fast. I know these guys are not all here. I know. Hold up. I was about to say, shish kebabs. Man, this is tough. I'm going to have to take Paolo. I'm going to take Steph. It's Steph or Paolo. Can I call a friend? Hey, should I take Steph or Paolo? Well, you already drafted Paolo once this year. You ain't draft Steph yet. I know, but Steph, take Steph. I will. Oh, the auto draft? Shish kebabs. Messing around. I got Steph. Jeez Louise. I was messing around. I almost auto drafted, y'all. Got to get my stuff together. But at the same time, in all seriousness, I think that there comes a point of the second round where you're going to get opportunities to draft some of these older legends. Names like Kevin Durant, names like Steph Curry, names like LeBron, Father of Time James. So for me, in that second round, I'm fine with any of those three players. However, in the second round, you also want to think about players like Devin Booker, Paolo Banchero. Are they available? Are they still on the board? Jalen Brunson, on the other hand, someone that just went off the board, is someone that I'm not that interested in. Let's get to the recap so we can fill you in on Jalen Brunson. So after LeBron, Father of Time James at the 2-1, we have Evan Mobley at the 2-2. That's a little high for Evan Mobley for me, but I'm not mad at it. If you might know something that we don't, because he had a leap last year, he might in fact have another one. At the 2-3, we got Kevin Durant. I love that pick. At the 2-4, Tyrese Maxey. 2-5, Karl Anthony Towns. I'm way higher on Karl Anthony Towns than this. Him going that late is concerning to me. At the 2-6, we got Amin Thompson. That's a little too early for my taste. 2-7, we got Steph Curry. I'm okay with that. 2-8, I would have took Paolo if I didn't take Steph. At the 2-9, Jalen Brunson. I'm okay with that. With that pick in this spot. At the 2-10, Alperen Şengün. Did y'all see? Oh my God, I wish I could pull it up. Go on Twitter right now and just search Alperen Şengün. Alperen the Goon Şengün. When I tell you, he did the most amazing behind the back pass. Let me know in the comments, did you guys see that? That joint was crazy. So I'm up in a couple of picks. So I'm not going to go back to the recap. I'm going to go back to picking the next player that I want. So Franz Wagner is of some interest here. I believe LaMelo is already off the board. There's another player that I really like. I'm not going to say his name because I believe Mateus is listening and watching. So I'm going to hold, and I'm going to draft the player I want, which is Chet Holmgren. So let's get back to the recap. After Alperen the Goon Şengün, we got Jalen Williams at the 2-11. Love that pick. At the 2-12, Donovan Mitchell. It is a relief to see the Don going off the board in the second round. He's been falling to the third, y'all. I'm not with that life. At the 3-1, we got your mans in him. Ja, with the blicky in the club on the live stream. Morant at the 3-1. At the 3-2, I think this is tons of value. LaMelo Ball falls to the 3-2. Then we got at the 3-3, Scotty Too Hottie Barnes. At the 3-4, we got Tyler Hero De Niro. And then at the 3-5, we got Jalen Johnson. Jalen Johnson was going off the board in the second round in points leagues earlier on in drafts, in mock draft season. It's interesting to see him fall down to the third round. I'm okay with my pick. At the 3-6, grabbing Chet, I will take it every day, all day, and tomorrow. At the 3-7, arguably my favorite name to say in all of fantasy basketball. At the 3-7, we got Josh, the Giddler. Giddy at the 3-7 just secured a 4-year, $100 million contract. Some would argue that he should get more than $100 million for 4 years, but come on, man. What are we complaining about? I'm up in a couple of picks, so I'm going to lock in and then come back to the recap. So in the fourth round, it looks like a couple of interesting players on the board. In the immortal words of my man, Matty G, some tasty picks here. We got Cooper Flag, Bam Adebayo, Desmond Bring the Pain Bane. I'm interested in Zion Williamson, although it is a risk. Then we got I'm not messing with Kawhi, y'all. I am out on Kawhi. I am out on Kawhi Leonard. Totally. Definitely open to Zubats here and open to Zion. So that's kind of the four players that I'm looking at. Flag is off the board. Bam is here. I'm just going to safely secure Bam here. No problem. No problem at all. I'm fine with that. Okay. So let's get back to the recap. After Josh the Giddler Giddy, we have De'Aaron Fox at the 3-8. And then we got your mans in them from the Sacramento Kings at the 3-9, DeMar. Not like us, DeRozan. You a fan, you a fan, you a fan. You a 69 God. After DeMar DeRozan, we have Triple J, Jaren Jackson Jr., Nikola Vucevic off the board at the 311. Not mad at that. Interested to see what will happen in Chicago with Vucevic. They've been saying they're going to trade him for 7 years, but maybe I was wrong on the math there, but whatevs. At the 312, we got Pascal Siakam. That's interesting. Pascal Siakam was going in the second round of mock drafts earlier on in the season. We started mock drafting in July, y'all. We are absolute sickos when it comes to this. So we was out here cooking with hot bacon grease early in the morning. You heard? But he's fallen now to the third round. So that's interesting to see. After Pascal Siakam at 312, we have Jaylen Brown at the 4-1. How the mighty have fallen. Derek White at the 4-2. 4-3, we got Jamal Murray. At the 4-4, Josh Hart. Guys, I am out on Josh Hart. Out. At the 4-5, Franz Wagner, value bomb. Man, I wish I could drop a value bomb on that joint. That is crazy. After Franz Wagner, we have Cooper Flag at the 4-6. I'm going to go into the queue here and take a look and see what I can do. So I want to grab Kawhi, but I don't know if I'm going to draft him anymore. This might be the last time. Let me draft him tonight for this mock draft. If he's available. No, somebody took him. Okay, cool. Thank God. You let him be your problem. So here, man, I'm not going to roll my dice too much. I'm looking at either Brandon Miller or Zach LaVine here. I'd like to secure a wing. I'm not so interested in Miles Bridges. I'm going to go ahead and grab Brandon Miller here. Yeah, I prefer Brandon Miller here. Let's just do it. He's upside out the wazoo. We're interested to see what he's going to do. Oh, I rhymed there. You see what I did there? Okay. After Cooper Flag at the 4-6, we got Bam Adebayo at the 4-7. Then at the 4-8, we got your mans in them. Dyson, the Merchant of Theft, Daniels, a.k.a. the Burglar, at the 4-8. After Dyson Daniels at the 4-9, we have Jalen Green. I think that might be a little too high for my taste. 4-10, Austin Reeves, not feeling that. Zion Williamson at the 4-11, I am. I would not pair him up with players like Kawhi Leonard, players like Anthony Davis, players like Kyrie Irving, DeJounte Murray, Darius Garland, any of those guys who are already injured. But I think in the fourth round, value for a guy that could do 25 and 10 when healthy, let's do it. At the 4-12, we got my man Zubats. At the 5-1, we got Desmond. Bring the pain, Bane. Ooh, ooh. I came to bring the bane hardcore to your brain and go out my astral plane. Find out my mental based on instrumental methods. Hey, so you can find monumental methods. I'm not the king. I'm the decaf. I stick them for the bane. Bane, bane, bane. After Desmond Bane, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What the frick are we doing out here? Come on, man. After Desmond bring the pain Bane, we got Joel Embiid. Lord, I do not want that headache. I mean, listen, I was drafting him at some points for mocks. I think I recently filmed my top 10 do not draft list, and he's on the list. So I'm officially out on Joel Embiid. Speaking of out, let me not play myself out and let me get focused and get ready to make a pick. So Miles Bridges still here. I don't typically draft guys on the same team like that, but yeah, I might just do that. Shish kebabs. I'm looking at Miles Bridges or Rudy Gobert here. Shoot, that's a lot of value. I'm just gonna take Miles. Like, why not? Like, if he's falling, I'm not stalling. Come on now. Where you at? Couple more interesting players. I'm gonna start queuing some people up, actually. I'm gonna queue up a few people just so I can kind of have some of the players that I want if in fact there is some malarkey that occurs. Peyton Pritchard is moving up. Jeez Louise. Yeah, these guys, all four of these guys, I'm interested in. So let's see if one of them is available by the time it comes back around to me. While we wait for my next pick, let's get back to the recap. Okay. Oh, one of my plays is off the board. Jeez Louise. Two of them, actually. After Joel Embiid, we have Jordan, leave the kids at the pool with the baddies. Then we have Trey Murphy the third, Kawhi Leonard at the 5-5, Brandon Miller, I grabbed, love that pick. Denny Avdia, man, listen. I don't know if I want to love or hate Denny Avdia. I just don't know. I honestly, I think there's a hype train happening, and it's a couple of players that I'm a little, I want to say, radical in my assessment of them as a fantasy analyst. I haven't been vocal about it publicly yet. I'm getting close. One of them is Denny. I won't elaborate, but I have concerns the further he goes up in ADP. If you guys want me to share all of my radical takes, let me know, because I'm going to tell you sooner or later. But right now, I'm just trying to be, I want to pay attention to see what other people are saying before I jump out the proverbial window, because this, like, I don't know how y'all don't smell this dead fish. Okay, let me get locked in because I have to make a pick now. It looks like all of the people that I queued up are gone. Like, what the heck is that about? You guys are sickos, man. Let a brother live. Y'all gonna make me really draft RJ Barrett? Come on, man. I'm not gonna draft RJ Barrett. I'd rather draft OG Anunoby. Anytime I draft OG, I'm hyped. I'm sorry. I just love me some OG Anunoby. Oh man, I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Okay. So let us continue with the recap. After Denny Avdia at the 5-7, we have Zach LaVine, Mikal Bridges, Jared Allen, Miles Turner, Jakob Poeltl. Top of the 6th, Collins, Butler, the third, that is, Jimmy, $100 cup of coffee, Butler. At the 6-3, Kobe White, Walker, the stalker, Kessler at the 6-4, Fred VanVleet, Gobert, Bridges, Miles, that is, Jalen Duren, Julius Randle, Porzingis, Markkanen, Michael Porter Jr. with the craziest podcast run in history. Darius Garland at the 7-1. Peyton Pritchard off the board at 7-2. I got a couple of players, and I'm going to talk about these hype trains. I'm going to do a hype train episode. I'm giving y'all a teaser right now. And again, some of this is going to be radical, and people are going to disagree, and that's what this is about. It's all fun, right? But this is crazy, y'all. Denny Avdia in the 5th round, Peyton Pritchard in the 7th. I'm coming for you. Anyway, let me get right. After Peyton Pritchard, Cam Thomas at the 7th, at the 7-3. Come on, man. Where they do that at? At the 7-4, DeAndre Ayton, quickly, OG Anunoby, that is, DeJounte Murray at the 7-7. Come on, man. He just had a torn Achilles. RJ Barrett, McCollum, Williams, Mark that is, Cameron Johnson, Onyeka Okongwu at the 7-12. 8-1 Norman Powell, Brandon Ingram at the 8-2. And I'm going to go ahead and try to line up a few players here. So I look like I could use, I feel really good about this squad so far, honestly. I feel really good about this squad. Eyeing a few players here that are still on the board. Let me try to queue a couple of them up. That is not happening right now. This scroll feature is really hard when you are filming a freaking show. I just want to say that publicly out loud. I don't know if people who do this on ESPN have the same issues that I have, but this is a challenge because they out here just like, I'll scroll and they're like, scroll back. I'm like, bro, like I'm doing something here. Jeez Louise. Okay. So it looks like I'm going to make a panic pick because, oh, there's somebody I'm interested in. Okay, I'll take him. I'll take this guy. This guy is very interesting to me. I'm going to draft Isaiah Hartenstein. I'm okay with that. Let me get back to the recap. After Brandon Ingram at the 8-3, we got Asar Thompson at the 8-4. Oh, my God. Come on, man. He could keep falling in drafts. It won't be enough. Huh? And I pray and I hope that I'm not in the minority here, like where people believe Paul George is going to put on for the city. If it's podcast P, I'm all there. I think he is actually one of the best NBA player creators. His podcast is dope, and I love his guests. I love his interview style. He has a future in media. He was a great player at one point. He had the hugest dip in his season stats that we've ever seen. So 8th round, although fair, if you can get Paul George in the 8th round, if you ever roll dice, you blow the dice, roll them, nothing. You ain't going to win. You're going to have a player that you drafted in the 8th round that will play 30 games. And I pray to the fantasy gods that I am wrong. Knock on wood. I pray that I'm wrong. But history don't lie. History proves itself time and time again. Stay the frick away from Paul George. I'm just saying. After Paul George, we got Christian Brown, and I'm going to go ahead and lock in because I got a pick coming. I'm going to grab a rookie. Is it 9th round? Let me see what I got. Who's available? Let me see. Oh, shish kebabs. I lost Matas. God, I hate when I lose Matas Buzelis. That really chaps my hide. Oh, that makes me mad. Crap. That makes me so mad. Crap. That makes me so mad. I'm going to grab Shaden Sharp. Ah, crap. That makes me mad. I always want Matas Buzelis. And Matas probably going to be on the waiver wire for all we know. But I know I'm high on him. This is a player that I'm high on. And, like, listen. Some of the other people that I talked about or hinted at, I should say, hinting at a player like Peyton Pritchard, hinting on a player like Denny Abdia. And honestly, I'm going to just put it out there. And I'm going to do an episode on it. But Josh Giddey, I love Josh Giddey. He put on for the city last season. But there's a certain level of hype surrounding him right now that's a little concerning to me. And I've seen this happen before. I've seen people hyped about players, especially players who are younger who come into new contracts, right? I don't know. And I'll unpack it and I'll make sure that it is fair and legit. But, like, we are a little too hyped about some of these players, guys. Come on, man. We can't be out here, like, jumping out the window for guys that was on the waiver wire last week. The frick out of here. Anyway, let me get focused. I am not that happy about my Shaden Sharp pick, but that is okay. After Christian Brown, though, at the 8-5, we have my man Aaron Gordon, Isaiah Hartenstein, Jaden Ivey. Love that pick. Oh my gosh, I love that pick. Then we have Dan Gafford, and I'm up in a minute. So let me go ahead and lock in, see what kind of value I can get here. I'm okay with Nas Reed here. I'm okay with Nick Claxton. Okay with how many picks I got left? 3 picks. I got to start reaching for some people I want. You a fan, you a fan, you a fan. I got to start reaching for some people I want. I might just do it. I might just do it. I might just go rookie for the bookie with the cookies. Let's get it. Yo, I got my man VJ. I got my man VJ. I'll do it. Hey, listen. I'm not playing no games when it comes to these later rounds. I keep telling people, we be out here when we get to the 11th pick, 12th pick, still trying to like make these super duper stable decisions. In your last 3 rounds, imagine this. And let me know in the comments. For most fantasy managers, they've experienced this. When the season starts, the people that you grab in those later rounds, or even a different way to say it, the 3 lowest performing people on your squad will end up on the waiver wire. You'll be trying to stream spots. If you don't know what streaming is when you bring players in, cycle them in and out to fill roster spots to get as many games played as possible. These guys that you're like so high on, I'm going to grab Kelly Oubre Jr., man. Like, that shit with my 11th pick. That ain't going to mean nothing. He going to be in the waiver wire with everybody else. So it's better off, and this is the ninja trick, especially for my beginners, swing for the fences in those last 3 rounds and target upside. Younger guys, first, second, third year players. I'm just saying. Speaking of younger guys, man, I'm about to just grab the rookie of the year. He here still? Shoot, let me just do that. I don't think I've done that yet. Stephon Castle, come on home, man. I'm okay with that. And I got 1 more pick? No, I got 2 more picks. Okay, let's do that. Let's do the recap, and then we'll start lining up our last 2 picks. So after let me get focused here. After Dan Gafford, we have Portis, Buzelis, Beal, Kevin Porter Jr., Nimhard, Simons. 9-4, we got Vassell, George, Sharp, Sarr, Kamara, Monk, Harris, Pajimski, McCain. At that 10-1, Russell, Ware, Nesmith, Washington, PJ that is, Claxton, Filipowski, Edgecombe, Koulibaly, Murray, Bailey, Harper, Kuminga, Suggs, Clayton Jr., Reed, Schroeder, Irving. I'm okay with Kyrie in the 11th round. I'm okay with Kyrie in the 11th round. I am okay with that. That is fire, actually. And I've been telling people, like, stay away from him. Like, what are y'all doing? Like leave him alone. Leave him alone. I'm going to get a more stable pick for my next one, but definitely still a bit of upside, but not a young buck by any stretch of the imagination. Still someone with a bunch of potential. Is he still there? Yeah, I'm going to grab Herb Jones here. I like Herb Jones in the later rounds. Okay, cool. After Kyrie Irving, love that pick. Castle, Huff. Woo! Yo, I love when Jay Huff gets drafted. Because you gotta dig, like for all my fantasy fanatics out there, you gotta dig in like the bargain bin for your man. You gotta dig in the bargain bin for your man. The rollback prices at Walmart for Jay Huff. But I'm telling you, grabbing him in the 11th, I am not mad at that at all. After Huff, we got the Sumnu, Westbrook. I'm not crazy about that. Da Vinci, Lord give me the strength. DiVincenzo, Scoot the Boot, Henderson, Scottie Pippen Jr., T.J. McConnell, Isaiah Collier at the 12-2, Donovan Clingan, Jonas Valanciunas, Andrew Wiggins, Bub Carrington, Herb Jones, Cam Whitmore. I love that pick. At the 12-9, Colin Sexton, Zach Edey at the 12-10, Yang Hansen at the 12-11. Man, I would have loved to get Yang Hansen. I am sick about that one. Let me get my last pick ready. Let me line somebody up real quick. Draymond? Let me take old Draymond out here. Let me find out Draymond's still here. Draymond, this looks like the waiver wire all-stars. Dang, this is like USA versus the waiver wire. This joint is oogly. Yuck. Let's go ahead and grab. I'm gonna grab Draymond. So I don't auto pick. I'll grab Draymond. I don't have a power forward. I don't think. Yeah, I didn't have a power forward. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Everything is not perfect in life. Okay. So back to the recap. After Cam Whitmore, we have Sexton, Edey, Hansen, Lively, Matherin at the 13-1, Ricochet, Igor Dimon. Ooh, I love that pick. Jaden McDaniels, Brooks, Dylan, that is, Green, Draymond, that is, Quentin Grimes, Jeremy Sohan, Brooke Lopez, Santi Aldama. And we got a couple more picks. And then make sure you stick around because I'm going to do an honest review of my team on our world famous 1-5 GOAT rating. After Santi, we have Hunter, and then Ryan Kalkbrenner, my guy, goes off the board, and he's not on my team. That is crazy. I love that. Okay, so we're going to do an honest assessment of this team. Remember, we use the world famous 1-5 GOAT rating. So 1 GOAT means that you're stinking up the joint. 5 GOATs means top is off, boobies is out, hair blowing in the proverbial freaking wind. Let's get it. First, we got Cade Cunningham. Yes. Steph Curry. Yes. Chet Holmgren. Yes. Bam Adebayo. Yes. Brandon Miller. Yes. Miles Bridges. Yes. OG Anunoby. Yes. Hartenstein. Yes. Shaedon Sharpe. Maybe. I got to see it. VJ Edgecombe. Maybe. Stephon Castle. Maybe. Herb Jones. Maybe. And Draymond Green. Heck to the no. I would have rather have Kalkbrenner. I am out on Draymond Green. I started off really strong. I think it's right about Shaedon Sharpe where it got kind of iffy. And then at the end, I think I bombed with Draymond Green. So I'll give myself, honestly, a 3 out of 5 GOAT rating. Now that you know who to pick from the 6th position, check out our playlist of mock drafts so you can find out who to draft at every position.